Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Kamen Rider DECADE. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself. Get us going. Get us going. All right. I don't know why I was so adamant about that. But it's time to get us going. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I kind of know the pose I want to go for, so I'm just going to kind of put him in a fighting stance pose. You know, legs spread out. Look at me fight. Check out how wide I can spread my legs while we're fighting. Something like that, you know? Okay. And just gotta make sure I don't go too far. Don't go too far down because we're gonna fall off the page. And that's the whole point of this. That's why we sketch things out first, to make sure we're not falling off the page. Yeah, because it makes sense to make sure that it's not gonna, you know, fall like off camera. Okay. And I'm not gonna do anything too crazy with like the arms. I'm just gonna make him, again, just kind of fighting. Let's see. Yeah, you know, let's just do them both kind of like, you know, karate fight. Okay, so let me just give him some details. This looks pretty good. Let me just, and also, I wanted to get like a very relaxed pose for the suit, because the way that, specifically this part right here, the way it crosses over, I kind of like it, so I want to leave it like it is, so it doesn't not fall that way. Does that make sense? Alright, so here's the thing about this one. There's all kinds of lines on his face that I think I'm just going to go ahead, they're black, I think I'm just going to go ahead and color them in. Like usually what I do is leave it hollow in the center, so when I color it later I could just put the color in, even if it's black. But I think I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to add the black color to it automatically. And let it stand out that way. I think it would just look better if I go ahead and do it. Okay. So, DECADE, huh? Does that mean that's the 10th one from the original? Is that what it is? I really gotta start following these more. Like I said, I've talked about this before, that I used to watch the original when I was a kid. And honestly, because I had no access, I just, you know, only watched whatever they reran here in the States and didn't know anything about it, so I only got to watch it when it was on, and it was just like a few reruns, you know, nothing too specific. But so in other words, what I'm trying to say is I had no idea that it was a series that was continuing. So I don't think I saw, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I saw anything beyond the first Masked Rider, the grasshopper looking one, when I was a kid. So I didn't know that these were still going on. So I don't know anything about them. When I found out, ooh, I got excited. So there's years and years that have gone by that I need to try to catch up with. So what I was trying to say with this, though, is I'm not going to lie, that also means that I don't know anything about this. So I wish I did. I wish I knew more. But, you know, unfortunately, I don't. So I don't know anything about, you know, besides that they're it's a suit, you know, and there's different versions, and every year there's another one. I don't know anything about the characters, why they are the way they are, the way they look, who they're fighting, who the bad guy is, any of that kind of stuff. So I gotta learn. But I get to watch them and find out, you know, that's kind of the nice thing. So, okay, I think I'm ready. That sketch worked out pretty well. I'm going to erase some of these lighter lines and leave just a faint ghost of an image for me to draw, because I want the Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil lines. But I got to give myself a little something to follow. So I'm just going to erase a little bit here. Okay, I think that's enough. And now I'm going to welcome everybody that skipped over to this next portion and get us going. Alright, welcome everybody, welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. So, I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it and left myself just a ghost of an image to trace over. So I think I'm going to start with the Sharpie fine point and add some of this small detail in, like, maybe the face, and then I'll come around for the rest of it. I'm going to use this so my hand doesn't sweat all over the paper. So here's the trick. Okay, I just got to figure this out, because those lines that go through his head, they're back behind the mask, kind of the eyes, you know? So let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to come around like this. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Don't worry about it if yours isn't either. Try, you know, obviously try to get it right. But if it's not a smooth line, it's okay. If it is a smooth line, fantastic. Alright, so now that I've got those done, I can kind of draw around for the eyes. Same thing, kind of draw around where the, I guess they're not really eyes, that's more of a, oh, and look, this one came out bigger than this one. That's okay, no big deal. But they're not really eyes, right? Those are more of lenses. That's the word I'm looking for. Lenses. Okay, so I was talking about this in the sketch, that the black lines in the mask, I think I'm going to go ahead and ink those in as straight black. Normally I leave things open like this and then I can add color, but I think I'm just going to draw the black lines and just go from there, because they're so predominant that it's probably better if I just do it anyway, you know? So I'm just going to start with this one right here and just kind of go up, just thicken it up and do like that. Let's do another one over here, about in the same place. See, because normally I would leave it open and color it in later, but they're so predominant, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Plus, I can control. Watch this. Let's see if we can do this, because they're in. No, you know what? Oh, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to put them in the lenses right there, because it would look better if I do that with color. It's more subtle. I'm just going to continue it down like this, like as if it goes all the way through. Now I'm following my sketch, so that's why I know where to stop. I'm not just stopping or throwing crazy lines up for no reason. It's specifically like this. Okay, so I'm going to do the center one just to be able to place those exactly in the middle, in between all this. So I'm going to draw this one down the middle. Again, color it in. So see, that's how I normally would do it, and leave it open like that, but Like I said, they're so predominant, I'm going to go ahead and just draw them in. And you know, I guess I can draw the head too. I was waiting to draw the head like after I drew these lines, but I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because I'm drawing through the edges anyway. I didn't want to draw through them. That's why I was like, ooh, do them last. But it doesn't matter because I'm actually doing them afterwards. Or drawing through it, you know? Okay, and I'm also thickening up this outline because when I switch over to this Sharpie, it's a lot different. It's a lot thicker, and I was just planning for it, okay? So, let's do these other two. And so, see what I'm saying? I kind of wanted to do it first, that one, so I can make sure I put this right in between them. It's okay if it's not perfect. I was trying to get it as close to perfect as I can. And by doing these lines, I can see where the middle of it is, and I can see where I have to draw. It's a kind of a guide, so to speak. All right, looking good. So let's do these other ones over here. Alright, I think that might be it for the head, and I can just switch over to the big Sharpie now. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, so these are like flat, and there's nothing I can really do because it's looking straight at you. So yeah, let's just move on like that. Alright, so I'm moving over to the big Sharpie now, and I'm going to draw his armor, and this I'm going to leave open, and this is what I was talking about, that I like to leave stuff open to color, or yeah, open so I can color it. So I'm going to draw his neck. He's got a little collar there, like that, and let's see if I can draw it, just eyeball it real fast. Okay. And, ooh, you know what I'm going to do? Watch this. Like that. And we're going to eyeball over to this one. Now, this is not going to make a difference until later when I color it anyway, so... maybe I shouldn't, now that I'm thinking about it. So I'm not too worried about it, but I'm planning... the way I'm going to draw the X, the center part that's going to be blackened in. Now, like I said before, on the top part, I should just go ahead and use a big Sharpie, but let's see if we can do this. I'm going to try to pipe it like this. And this is going to be colored black anyway, and that's what I was saying, it's not going to make a difference. Like, once I color it in, you're not going to see. But for now... this is going to look pretty good. Oops. That's a little too close there. No big deal. There we go. All right. Okay. So... oh, I get it. The big X for decade, right? 10. I'll catch on eventually. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up his armor here. I'm going to draw his side like this. Got a little pink spot coming over like that into this shoulder piece. Same thing, I'm going to just highlight it with this. Just to, you know, give it a nice contrast of thick and thin. And play around with line widths. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and draw his chest down to his belt. And And that'll give us an edge that I can draw his arm over here. So there's a little piece hanging off right there. I can draw the arm to the crook of the elbow. Crook of the, yeah, the crook of the elbow, where it bends. Draw the other side into here, and that's where the elbow is, but he's got that big old huge honkin' elbow piece. And then I can draw the rest of his arm here. Okay, and I'll add some extra detail with this Sharpie. Something like that. Oof, it got a little out of hand there. But mostly I can add bends and folds to the cloth, because that's his suit. Okay, so his hands I pretty much just have doing that. Just kind of a fighting karate stance hand. And with hands like this, there's only so much you have to draw, or so much you can draw, really. So I just basically do the outlines like that, and then come back and add some extra detail to define a few parts. And that's it. That's all we can really do. All right. Okay, so I'm going to move over to this side. Let's see. Let's go ahead and finish off this armor over here like this. Oops, God, I'm getting messy with this one. I don't know what's going on. I'm all over the place today. I think I need to eat. I'm ready for the day to be over. Okay, so finish off this shoulder over here, or shoulder pad, like that. His armor is going to come in like that, and I can draw his arm now. Same thing, I just got it pointed straight out. And again, the cloth in his arm, in his material, is a little bendy. So there's that elbow piece, and his forearm to his wrist. Ooh, you know what I forgot to add over here? That edge. Like that. Okay, so same thing, gonna add some bends to his cloth. And a little detail here. And then I can draw his hand. Okay. So same thing, I'm going to do the hand the same way, just flat like that, but just a different angle. So we're to see the side, so I'm going to draw the thumb, like this. Back of the hand, index finger, middle finger's a little bit longer, but the rest are behind it, so there's not much else we can really do. I've drawn it at such a perfect side angle, or not perfect, but such an angle that you can't really see anything else anyway, so that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry too much about anything else. I don't know what's going on today. I am all over the place. My lines are just going willy and nilly. Anybody know a Willy? Anybody know a Nilly? Are they friends? They should be. Okay, so let's draw his belt. So, let's see. You know what? I'm going to start in the center. And then I'm going to draw something like that. That's where I can connect it. Let's see, it's going to come over here. There's a little connecting piece, and there's some kind of gun, something hanging off the side. I don't know, I can only see the side of it. Let's draw some extra detail in there. Alright. He does have like a, what do you call it? a 6-pack. I guess there's only 4, so it's a 4-pack. So we'll go ahead and add something like this. Just for an extra detail. Oh, and let's add some middle detail to his little belt here. Okay, what else? Alright. So yeah, I can only see the top of his gun, so I'm just going to add a little bit of the detail that I can see. And leave it at that, because like I said, I can't see what else there is in there. Okay, so now we're just going to draw his pants. And so it looks like it's just material to the armor. So we'll put the armor right about there. We'll put the other one right about there. So that means I'm gonna draw some material. Those crotch right there. And those pants a little wrinkled from them being spread out like that. Putting stress on the cloth. Ooh, it might be time to get a new Sharpie. Alright. There we go. I just like whenever there's extra material and there's bends. I like to stress that it's material and has bends, you know? Let's see. So there are tracks on his... Yeah, let's do that. He does have specific tracks on his armor, so I'm going to make sure I add those in before I forget. And then I can draw the armor. Now, I've already sketched it out, so I know where it's going to go. So that's why I can kind of draw that first. Okay. There's material there, armor. And then his little cuffs. Okay, so now I can draw the tracks on the front side like that. So I'll add some more detail in a second here. And this is just going to look like big blocks, really. So same thing. Because this is a side view, this is the front view, you're getting kind of a different look. Okay, so that's on top, and now I can draw the armor underneath. Like that. And there's a knee piece. Draw the cloth underneath. Same thing, you can only see so much of the armor before the cloth is underneath like that. And then I can add the detail like that. Alright, so let me draw the shoes, and I'm going to add some detail to this. The shoes are just black. Superhero shoes, you know, nothing special about them. So I'm just going to draw the shapes of them pointed sideways and then pointed at you. Okay, there we go. So let me add some extra detail here. So this is the track that goes up. Like that. Again, you can only see the side of it, so I'm not too worried about that. Here you can see more of it. So, kind of goes like this. And then there's a line down the center. Or two, I guess. Okay, so that's really all I can do. Can add a little extra for the shoe, little mech shoe, you know, something like that. And there we go. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Kamen Rider Decade. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.